This is for the people who scoff at the idea of having guns in your home. You know the ones, the type of people that say, oh, you don't need guns in your home, and that's very unsafe, and that's pretty problematic of you for having a gun in your home. What would be the reason for you having a gun in your home? It's not like you're going to use it, so what would be the reason for you to have it? I think you're wasting a lot of money on this obscene weaponry because I don't think anything warrants you having a gun. These individuals like to live in the world we call Candyland, where they think everything is rosy cheeked, everything is all gumdrops and rainbows, and nothing bad happens. That pie in the sky mentality gets you nowhere, especially when you're dealing with people who actively seek to harm you, your family, and your property. So for some individuals, a gun is necessary. But let's walk this idea for a second. Let's say we don't have guns. Let's say we just trust in our community, the same community that doesn't allow you to call the police on somebody because that's racist. Even though they stole from you and a bunch of people saw it, you can't call the police on them because they're oppressed and they should be allowed to do that harm to you. Individuals who go into stores and just take things off the counter, they can walk right out of the building because you can't defend that property because it's not yours. You, an individual who gets robbed and you end up losing your life because of it, while individuals try to go back into your car and get their phone because they care about that thing more than the fact that they just caused a human life to disappear. Oh, no. We can't talk about that because doing that, spreading that information, talking about a story is affecting the black community. So the game works like this. You sleeping at the middle of the night. It's 1:02 in the morning and all of a sudden you hear a loud bang. Someone is breaking into your home. What do? You decide to call 911. You think that's a good idea, right? You think that's the right thing to do, right? Even though you say the police are hunting black people, even though you say the police oppress people, even though you have a problem with all the money going to police stations, you still call the police because you trust in them to do something about someone breaking into your home while you're sleeping and has potentially already taken your child, correct? Well, let's say you call them and for some reason the dispatcher was deliberately hanging up on you in your time of need. New Orleans 911 operator wanted for deliberately hanging up on callers. A rogue 911 phone operator in New Orleans allegedly hung up on callers who dialed the emergency response line for help. Precious Stevens, who's 25, faces charges of maleficent, I don't know words, Massa didn't teach me, and interfering with an emergency communication after disconnecting phone calls without getting any information or relaying the incidents to emergency dispatchers. The Orleans Parish Communications District reported Stevens to the police on August 23rd after investigating a random set of calls with Stevens during her shifts on August 20th and 21st. The district has and will continue to cooperate with the investigation into this matter and is dedicated to providing any and all assistance to aid in the efforts. And that is what happens when you don't have somebody trustworthy working something where you need a lot of trust. Can you imagine calling the police hoping that they come help you and all of a sudden somebody just hangs up the phone on you? You're in your time of need. You're bleeding out. Somebody's pregnant and their water just broke and you don't have a car. Your neighbors are gone and you got nobody to come transport you. You call for an ambulance and they hang up on you. Imagine your child gets kidnapped and they're gone for days and you're trying to call the police. You're trying to get to the phone lines. You're trying to get an officer and this person is just hanging up on you. In this one instance, I would say you would need a weapon. You would need somebody who has that tool to come assist you. You would need that tool to prevent a bad person from doing a bad thing to you, your home, your family, and all the things you hold dear. There's nothing wrong with valuing your property, especially when another human, the same people you want to sing Kumbaya with, is coming to take from you and harm you and ultimately hurt you. Because as much as people don't like to admit it, we all love our stuff. We all value things that are not blood and not human. We all value items that would be something we only care about. And you know how I know this? The same individuals who stand there and say, yes, rob this store, take out the patriarchy. It is time for us to realize these things. And they sit there and excuse all these crimes that take place in these stores. They will cry like bitches the minute you pull up on their neighborhood and burn their front lawn down and take from them. And if anybody, to close this video out, has a problem with anything I just said, and you feel as though you don't need a gun, everything is safe, you will never encounter any bad in your life, you will never feel the need to call the police and have that situation happen because you live in a high society where you're nothing but positive all the time, can I come rob you? Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.